Howdy everybody, welcome back to another episode of The End of Stan. So in this episode, we end up making a pretty big decision as we decide to move in Cersei Beaker, who is now, her and Stan are sort of officially dating. So we've moved her in, and we end up getting a ton of promotions in her career because she is in the medicine career, which is kind of a scary thought considering she's a pretty evil person. So she has a lot of power in the hospitals, which is a little bit creepy. And, we end up have Stan quits his job. I think he already quit his job, though. Did he quit his job? I think he may have already quit his job in the previous episode. I don't know. But anyway, he has quit his job. And we are hanging out with Cersei here. And in the coming episodes, it gets a little bit nuts with these two. And with Loki Beaker. As Loki Beaker will end up getting a lot more involved in the story after a certain thing happens between him and Cersei. So yeah, it's going to get kind of freaky up in here with everything going on. Loki is going to become a pretty big character in the story and is going to become a pretty unhinged character. And, Cersei is now officially moved in with Stan. I've never really played as Cersei in The Sims 2, so it's kind of interesting to play as her. And the reason I picked her over Bella is also because Bella is just, we've played as Bella before. We've done Bella's character. We played as Strange Down Bella. So I wanted to give a new character the spotlight. So yeah, Cersei is now one of the main characters in the series, but, without further ado, let's get on with the video, yeah. Howdy, everybody. Welcome back to The Sims 2 with Stan Clown. So in the last episode, we went on a date with Bella Goth. Now, I think in this episode, ultimately, we need to make a decision on who we're going to move in with us, because Stan has become romantically involved with both Bella and Cersei in this game, and it's just a matter of who do we pick. Who do we pick Stan to settle down with, ultimately? Because he's romantically involved with both women. He didn't create a masterpiece, so that's pissing me off. So, yeah, it's just a matter of who do we pick. Because the problem is, Cersei is a married woman. She's married to a piece of shit, so I don't really feel all that bad about ruining that relationship. But if we do, that means Loki's going to come around and start destroying my stuff. So I'm kind of left unsure on how to proceed. And he still didn't make a masterpiece. This man fucking sucks at painting, dude. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're going to try and invite Cersei over, I think. Invite over. So we're going to invite Cersei over, because why not? So, yeah, he's currently romantically involved with both Cersei and Bella. It's not like out of being malicious or being like Don Lothario. He just simply doesn't know who the fuck to, who the hell to romance. So, yeah, oh god, we got a ton of overpaid bills. So, here is Cersei Beaker. As you can see, she is, kind of an interesting character. Kind of a sinister character as well, when you consider the fact that she literally tortures people. So, that makes her kind of a somewhat interesting character. Let's just see what happens here with these guys. Okay, she's giving him a massage, but yeah, currently, I'm unsure on how to proceed. Because, because his first romance was with Cersei, I believe. Should we move in Cersei Beaker? That could be kind of interesting, and we've kind of already done the Bella Goth romance. Maybe we should move Cersei in. There we go. Cersei has moved in with 247. She wants to publicly woohoo with 3 different Sims. She wants to flirt with Stan. She wants to reach creativity level 1. Okay. See, she has the memory of publicly woohooing with Stan. And she had an affair with Stan, so she has a memory of that. Which is kind of interesting. She also wants to dance with Stan. She wants to reach creativity level 1. Which could be kind of interesting. She also wants to woohoo with Stan. Okay, so let's have you get inside a little bit here. So, Cersei is now moved in. I'm probably going to have her and Stan, woohoo, because, or not! Or not! Oh, I guess we're not banging today! Cersei, get up, your freaking corporal's here. It's time to go. There we go. Okay, so here's Cersei's, work outfit here. Yeah, Cersei's kind of an interesting, character. Her glasses look a little bit goofy, though, with the orange tint, but she's out of here. See you later, Cersei. Good luck at work. Hopefully you can become an intern. Now, another thing that's kind of, could be a positive of this is the, since Cersei is now moved out of the Beaker house, maybe that'll give Nervous Subject a chance to escape because, he'll have less people guarding him and less people trying to stop him from leaving. So I don't know. Maybe our relationship with Cersei could unintentionally help Nervous by, pretty much freeing him. Cersei gets back in a couple hours. She is an intern in the medical field. That's kind of worrying, dude. Why is she fairly high up in the medical field, considering the fact that she's a genuine psychopath resident? Well, actually, I wouldn't call Cersei a psychopath, considering she does seem to have some form of care for people. So I'd probably call her some form of a sociopath. I don't know. But yeah, she has been promoted to residence. There we go. So she's going to need logic, mechanical, cleaning. Okay. We're going to need a couple skills here, Cersei. We're going to need a couple skills. Study mechanical. There we go. Okay, now we just need her to study cleaning. So, yeah, Cersei's definitely going to be a pretty interesting character in this. Because I don't know all that much about her. But if you read her description, which is here, check this out. Cersei knows 238 different ways to make someone scream, and none of them are nice. She enjoys taxidermy and collecting coat hangers. If you know anything, you know that is a pretty sinister description for a character. Taxidermy and coat hangers, and you also know how to make people scream, and none of them are nice. Yeah, she's torturing people, man. She's torturing people. She into that weird shit. Oh no. So Stan could be in a bit of danger here. We don't know. Maybe she wants to experiment on him, but right now he's about to paint what probably isn't even a fucking masterpiece. There we go. Masterpiece, finally. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm going to send Cersei to bed for a little while because she does need to kind of sleep, and all her stats are pretty good here. Now, Cersei does actually have a pretty interesting history if you look into it right here. So, you can see her parents here. Grain Salamus. I'm not sure the last name Salamus. But she met Vidcunt. She made best friends with Vidcunt. She grew up well. She had her very first kiss with Vidcunt. She went steady with Vidcunt, then she immediately broke up with him. Her dad died. She has no memories of him prior to his death. Xanath Salamus. She kissed Loki, then she grew up well. She fell in love with Loki. She got a promotion. She got engaged to Loki. She did woo with Loki. She moved in. She then, Nervous joined the family. Those are two different characters. Look at that. You got Nervous Subject there, and then you got Nervous Subject there. That's not the same character. Look at that. That's two different characters. So, grew up well, met Stan, had an affair. So, yeah, all kinds of stuff going on with Cersei. So, what I do find kind of funny is Loki still has no idea that his wife is cheating on him. He doesn't even know that his wife has presumably moved out and, is living with Stan. He somehow doesn't even know, which is kind of funny. Kind of ridiculous there, but yeah, she wants to go to work. She also wants to buy Sana. I like in that go to work want. So, yeah, Stan and Cersei are now officially romantically involved, and Loki still has no idea. Now, presumably Stan doesn't even know who Loki is, which is kind of funny. He doesn't even know who Loki is, so I don't even think Stan himself has any idea that Cersei is married. I like to imagine that he doesn't even know she's married, so that's kind of funny. She's sort of playing both Stan and her own husband. Are you about to spy on people? That's going to summon Vidcunt. He's going to turn up over here, Cersei. That's not a good idea. Uh-oh, she's spying on her ex-boyfriend from her teenage years. Okay. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he's been locked out. You buffoon. You can't do shit. You're powerless. I like the door in your face. He can't do shit. Look at this pathetic 1970s creepy music producer looking ass. Oh my goodness. This guy, if this dude existed as a real person, I would be creeped out by him, dude. Just his appearance is creepy looking. Alright, Cersei, it's time for work. See you later. Good luck. Good luck. So she is a resident in the medical field. So she makes $672. Well done, Cersei. Oh, Cersei got promoted to general practitioner. Bro, the hospital in Strangetown must be going downhill if freaking Cersei's getting promotions. There we go. Sell for, was that a masterpiece? That was a masterpiece. There we go. Still not 50,000 worth of a masterpiece, but it was something. He's acting like it's raining in the house. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this episode here with Stan as Cersei. Cersei is now officially moved into the household. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.